I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you. That slave. Here not long ago.
I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm Breixa Prentice. How can I help you? I am Breixa Prentice, merchant and clerk of the East Empire Company. I am the merchant captain of this ship, the Glinting Moth. I am a merchant. I look for goods that are well made, that people want to buy, that I can buy and sell at a profit. There are many different kinds of materials I can buy and sell: animal products, vegetable products, mineral products, even exotic products. Crafts and manufactured goods I deal in include weapons, armor, clothing, books, potions, enchanted items, and various housewares. I travel, talk with people I meet, buy what I like, and sell what people like. What sort of goods pass through Almas Thirr, you ask? For starters, barges ship imperial goods and salt rice north to the inner sea, and come back carrying Vardenfell's mineral riches, bound for ports like Narcissus, in the south. Temple clerks inspect cargo at the docks and collect tribute from each passing ship. Merchants love to gripe about that. Slave traders usually just herd their chattel over the bridge, instead.
I'm all yours. Please go ahead.
I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm Velothian. How can I help you? I am Velothian, commoner.
Well met.
If you are not one of those stingy priests come to handle my paperwork, I see no reason for us to talk. I am Dunit Bowering, merchant and lawman of the Great House Wallow. House Wallow hopes to live in peace and harmony with the other races, and share in the growth and prosperity of the Empire.
This ledger records the names of the ships that passed through Almas Thirr and the donation their captains have given to the temple.
This is the Hall of Tribute, Outlander. Are you here to pay your tithes? Through the grace of Amshivi, the temple regulates the trade along the Thirr River in Almas Thirr. If you were passing through as a merchant, you would have to go through additional procedures and pay your tithes to the temple.
This is the Hall of Tribute, Outlander. Are you here to pay your tithes?
Outlander, are you here to pay your tithes?
The 36 Lessons of Vivek. The House of Troubles. Landera is asleep. Hey? Oh, sorry. My eyes were closed for a second. I've been having trouble sleeping ever since I've moved here. Perhaps you could help me? A strong potion of silence is all I need. I have this neighbor, Ralph Glazier. He's a fisherman, and a terrible drunkard. Every night, before he goes to sleep, he downs a bottle of the cheapest, foulest liquor you can imagine, like it's the secret to agelessness. The least he could do is even let it aerate for a few minutes to bring out the real bass notes. But no, down his gullet it goes. Oh, it's not for me. While sleeping, Ralph makes sounds like mating doers. It drives me crazy, and I haven't been able to get a good night's sleep since I moved here. If I could mix some of the potion into his booze, maybe he'd sleep through the night without making a sound. I've already tried spells and skulls, but they didn't seem to work on Ralph. Of course I tried. Don't take me for a cruel witch. This is my last resort. Then leave me alone.
Saints walk with you, Outlander. What brings you to Almas Thirr?
What?
I'm fine, thank you. What can I do for you? I'm Kalisha, a follower of the Three. I only put that damn powder in his forge, so that the weapons he made for the Indoril would be brittle and useless. How was I supposed to know it would make him sick? I shouldn't have done it, I admit it. But I don't understand why he can't forgive me. If our roles were reversed, I'd like to think that I'd be able to forgive him. Yes, I know of it. It's an island located northwest of Vardenfell. Why anyone would want to go there is beyond me, though.
I'm ready for anything. Go ahead.
What can I help you with?
I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm Cordos Tardian. How can I help you? I am Cordos Tardian, sharpshooter. It is the capital of Morrowind.
Necromantic services for reasonable prices. Missed your opportunity to bid a loved one goodbye. Do you have questions for the recently deceased? Worried about your family's medical history? Seek out Hasto Phosphie Lifer for all your soothsaying and communion needs. Has anyone seen a horse? Chestnut mare, half Valution wild horse and half Nebanian courser. Blue eyes. Answers to the name of Roz. Last seen at the Gour Pen outside the city gates. Sir Hormadake Far Alley. Knight of the Order of the Fiery Hoof. Our city's taverns reviewed. New to our fair city? Looking for a place to forget the troubles of the road? Fret not, the bellman has you covered. Our correspondents have visited, rated, and ranked all our taverns, inns and boarding houses, for your convenience. The Moth and Tiger. Despite its unassuming exterior, this establishment offers the finest lodgings and drinks in all of Ebonheart. Do try its impressive selection of wines. Travelers longing for the comforts of home need look no further than the first building to the right as they enter our city through the main gate. Not to be confused with the Legion boarding house across the street, which only serves Legion recruits, poorly. The Mother Alessia. Our city's best bakery is located at the intersection just past the Moth and Tiger. While it offers no lodgings or drinks, it makes up for this with the quality of its baked goods. The Mother Alessia is well renowned for its biscuits, specialty bread, and pies. Indeed, it is said that the unsurpassed quality of the Mother Alessia is the reason why so many bakers find their way to our city, eager to sample its wares and glean its recipes. The Empress Caretaker. The oldest of our city's taverns, this establishment's beds are acceptable, its food serviceable, and its drinks cheap. While the building has seen better days, it is worth a visit for its colorful clientele. Strike up a conversation with its regulars, and you are bound to have an interesting time. Its bartender, on the other hand, is far less talkative, which ensures that patrons' secrets will not be spilled by the serving staff. Hostel of Stendarr's Mercy. While those new to our city might be misled by the name, the Hostel of Stendarr's Mercy does not serve common travelers. Instead, it is dedicated to the rehabilitation of those citizens unfortunate enough to have found themselves enslaved by the Dark Elves. Those of means and generous spirit may nevertheless wish to visit the hostel on Craftsman Street to leave a donation and allow the good work to continue. The Salty Fuddocks. Located on the eastern side of the city, this establishment has little to offer to well-off travelers. Worse, it is notorious for its watered-down liquor and frequent bar brawls. Adventurous travelers looking for a good time might feel tempted to pay the place a visit, but be warned, you are just as likely to find a knife to the back, instead. Surely the guards would have shut the tavern down long ago, were it not for the diversion it offers the dregs of society. 6 Fishes. Should you find yourself in Ebonheart on Vardenfell, the 6 Fishes offers rooms and interesting drinking companions to any traveler. While the inn is not particularly exceptional, its visitors are varied and have many a tale to tell about the hazards of the island. For the adventurous traveler, a visit should prove instructional, but those that prefer more refined comforts would do well to stay on the mainland. Visit Sir Tyel's outlandish goods at the docks gates. The finest dark elf trinkets and baubles for sale. Learn the ways of the Zingamajig Ashlanders from Sir Tyel, the traveling wise woman. Welcome to Morrowind's Ebony Heart, citizen. Long may its walls brandish the ruby banner. I am Rumasoanix, noble. Wrong way.
They call me Laughs with Emperor. And they call him Pelagius. I'm an entertainer in service of her ladyship, and he's, well, a rat. I am Laughs with Emperor, bard. I am a bard. As an entertainer, I share songs and stories with patrons and peasants. As a scholar, I travel the world, speaking with people, and learning the lessons of history and human nature. And because a good bard must experience adventure at first hand in order to present its drama effectively, I have learned to defend myself with the noble tools of medium armor and long blade, and have mastered minor mysteries of alchemy, enchantment, and illusion. Merxia Vendixai is the director of the East Empire Company and can be found in her manor. Sharnoga Gramal is the acting steward of the Fighters Guild while the Grand Master is away. Decimia Gastoid is the Dean of the Archaeological Society. His Eminence Strixus Sorvilius is the Primate of the Imperial Cult. The Gracious Duke Farias Matimus of Des Han, the Provincial Ministers, and Lord General Caecalia Victrix of the Imperial Legion reside in the Ebon Tower.
Despite its whimsical name, Pelagius the rat doesn't seem to be one of those extraordinary rats that can talk. Or maybe it can, and it's just choosing to ignore you.
Of course. What may I do for you?
Good tidings, friend. How might I help a fellow citizen of the Empire? I am Ninethel, Caretaker.
The Imperial Kitchen 2. By Aruntius Horatia. Imperial Dessert. 2 handfuls of dried dates, handful of stone pine kernels, a pinch of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, 1 cup of red wine, 3 teaspoons honey. Take the stones out of the dates and fill them with the stone pine kernels and pepper. Sprinkle the salt on the dates and stew them in a mixture of wine and honey over a low fire. Cook until the skin starts to peel. Imperial Veal. Veal, 2 handfuls of raisins, 1 teaspoon of honey, 2 teaspoons of vinegar, 3 cups of red wine, 1 cups of oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, a little pepper, 2 onions. Fry the veal in a pot filled with oil until it is well done. Mix the raisins, wine, vinegar, honey, oil. Cut up onions and spices in a pan and boil to make a sauce. Baste the meat in the sauce and cook for a short time. This book contains maps and information about the Ascadian Bluffs and its settlements. The Asylum Ball. Then a jackal.
You seem like very good company.
Welcome to the Breixa Private Bank, Ada. Do you want to deposit funds into your account? You can also withdraw funds that you have deposited at other branches. Would you like to take out a loan or repay a loan? The Breixa Private Bank is a major financial institution owned by a leading merchant noble family hailing from the city of Quenti Terre in the Imperial Heartlands. As one of the monopolistic banks of the Empire, The bank is involved in both trade as prominent members of the East Empire Company and interprovincial finance. Bank branches can be found in prominent ports and trade hubs across the empire, such as Old Ebonheart, of course. The local branch is administered by Phaedra of Breixa. I am Marlena Furides, banker. Here we are.
The Nine and the Empire.
Welcome to the Breixa Private Bank, Ada. Do you want to deposit funds into your account? You can also withdraw funds that you have deposited at other branches. Would you like to take out a loan or repay a loan? I'm Phaedra Breixa, Director of the Breixa Private Bank in Old Ebonheart. I'm a banker. I take care of deposits, withdrawals, money flow, payments, and loans at our bank branch. While most of our business is carried out via legal tender, we also allow deposit and withdrawal of movable property in our vaults for assorted clients. Banks also own immovable property such as land and housing in western provinces, which they rent and sell. It is rare for property to be owned by private enterprises in Morrowind, so we mainly invest in the local economy for the benefit of our customers. Long-standing war tax repealed. In a generous decree, Emperor Uriel Septim VII, long may be his reign, surprised the empire by repealing the venerable war tax. Set to enter its 34th year, the tax was established to aid in recovery after the disastrous simulacrum. Freer Breixa, director of the Old Ebonheart branch of the Breixa Private Bank, comments that the repeal marks the restoration of normalcy. The more prosperous citizens have long suffered under an outsized tax burden. Now, wealth can flow freer than ever. I see nothing but prosperity ahead for our empire. A new citizen contribution. In the same decree, the emperor revealed a new household tax, not exceeding 10 septims, to be used for road maintenance. Responding to criticism that the new tax simply shifts the burden from the rich to the masses, Freer Breixa explained. Disregard that nonsense. There is nothing more fair than a flat, per household tax. Any responsible family should be able to cover the cost handily. Readers owning property worth more than 30,000 septims will be pleased to hear that their total tax burden will, indeed, be decreasing as a result of these changes.
I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm Falanarin. How can I help you? I am Falanarin, trader.
I don't know you. What do you want? I am Alrath, barbarian. I'm a barbarian, and proud of it. I like the wilderness, and know how to live comfortably off the land. I know the various creatures of the wild, how to hunt them, what bits are good to eat, and what bits the city folk will pay for. I know weapons and armor, and how to stay healthy, so I can play soldier for pay. But I hate taking orders, so I rather live by hunting.
Is there a reason you are snooping about Merxia's manor? I am Jackie Dentor, caretaker. At first, it seemed the fuss about the Nrivaran prophecy was just silly superstition. Then I learned that the Dunmer have been waiting for Lord Nrivar to come back for centuries. The Incarnate, they call it. Every few years an Ashlander appears, and the tribes call him the Incarnate. Then the temple goes out, hunts him down, and reveals him as a fake. Why does the temple worry so much about it? This ledger reports the items bought and sold by the
Well
East
met.
Empire Company here in Vardenfell. The buying game. I don't believe I've seen a dark elf with such a grand outfit in some time. Can I help you? I am Skulda, warrior. Get your orders from Isha, underling. Do everything as she asked, and be sure to write it down in your journal. I am Merxia Vendixai. If you knew what that means, you would know better than to ask me such inane questions, underling. We are both members of the East Empire Company. A terrible place, I've heard. There's a boat from Kuol, if you have any reason to go.
If you care to talk, I would consider it a privilege.
Mysterious Akhavur.
Well met, Outlander.
Please, by all means, I'm listening.
Welcome to the Museum of the Imperial Archaeological Society. Visitors are welcome to view our collection, but obviously no touching is allowed. All of the items here are extremely old and fragile. Welcome to the Morrowind headquarters of the Imperial Archaeological Society. All guests are free to view the exhibits on the first, second, and third floors. Please do not touch or disturb any of the exhibits. Thank you, Dean of the Society.
The Nine and the Empire, citizen.
The Dwemer Collection. The Dwarven people of Morrowind, also known as the Dwemer, are equally known for their ingenious mechanical contraptions and their mysterious blink of an eye extinction in the 8th century of the First Era. The many items in the collection, which include parts of defunct automatons, everyday items, and the statue of an unidentified dwarven king, presumably not life-sized, have been brought from the city of Kamelzee in the Telvanese district, where the Archaeological Society is carrying out its most important excavation in Morrowind, commissioned by the Elder Council. The Velothian Collection. The prehistoric Dark Elves supposedly immigrated across the continent into Morrowind from the Somerset Isles during the Merithic era. Following the prophet Veloth, they established a culture known as the High Velothi culture. The items in the collection include pieces of Velothian armor, a burial urn and a brazier, and a column exemplifying the traditional Velothi architecture which can be seen in the ancestral tombs of the Dark Elves. The Syro-Nordic Collection. Even before Tiber Septim's victorious conquest, the empires of men had already on several occasions struggled to gain permanent dominance over Morrowind. Both the Vrichmen of Skyrim in the First Era and the Reman legions in the Second Era have had a significant role to play in the province's history. The various armament of both Nord and Imperial origin in this collection have been excavated in the western and northern parts of Morrowind.
Venraji welcomes you. How may Venraji favor his new friend? Venraji is a savant, and speaks as curator of the Imperial Archaeological Society.
This room is not open to the general public. IAS members only. The Goblin Collection. Goblins have been on Nirn since the dawn of time. These items, the shield, the sword, and the armor pieces, have been collected from various abandoned caves in the western Velothian mountains near the Cyrodiil border. The red symbol is an artist's rendition of the emblem of the Grave Maggot tribe, a clan of migratory goblins suspected to have crossed over to Morrowind. The Arnishion War Collection. The items in the collection include both an Argonian hissed cuirass and a native bone mold armor of the Dark Elven Houstras, both of which were used in the Arnishion War of 396 between the provinces of Morrowind and Black Marsh. This room is not open to the general public. IAS members only. The Warped West. For some.
It is truly a pleasure. It is truly a pleasure to see you.
Hello there. How are you?
Etiquette with rulers. Tamriel artifacts.
It is truly a pleasure. It is truly a...
Spawn of Ash. A comprehensive guide to Vardenfell savages. Kimarvamidayum. Ancient Tales of Balance. The First Skull of Baondia. A Scholar's Guide to Nymphs. A Scholar's Guide to Nymphs. The Dragon Break re-examined. Of Jefffer. When the Elf of Jefffer. The 5 Songs of King Wolfhearth, damaged by a dragon. Brown Book of Great House Telvanni. Brown Book of Great House Telvanni. Telvanni Council. Brown Book of Great House Telvanni. The Brown Book is a yearbook of the affairs of the Telvanni Council for 426. It lists the current members of the council, their residence, Telvanni Council, Varden, Morrowind.
Well met.
I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm Decimia Gastoit. How can I help you? I am Decimia Gastoit, Savant, and Dean of the Society of the Imperial Archaeological Society.
This room is not open to the general public. IAS members only. Ashura in the Box. Ancient Tales of the Dreamer.
I'm ready for anything. Go ahead.
The Nine and the Empire, citizen. The Nine and the Empire, citizen.
May I help you, Outlander? Walk with virtue, Outlander.
was that?
There's someone watching me. I can tell.
Where is that slave? see this land. Welcome you freely, Outlander.